Nightlife looks different depending on where you're standing. DJ booth, mic in hand, radio studio. Tonight's guest has lived all of it. Clubs, radio, hosting, and watching the scene change in real time. You're now in the mix. Snacks, welcome.
What up, man?
How you doing?
I'm honored. Like I'm with a legend. I don't even want to call it local legend. Legend.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate you for having me, man.
So straight to the point, for people who don't know you yet, how did you first get into nightlife?
Radio, honestly. This could go very, very long. I started in radio. So radio, I've been doing radio 20 years. Started radio in 2006 and been jamming out ever since. And then back in Joplin, Missouri, where I started radio and where I went to school at Missouri Southern State University, I kind of got into the nightlife with one of my homies, Sam McDonald. Shout out to him, who was already moving in the streets. He saw what I could do on the microphone. And so we started doing these high school parties together in Joplin that brought out like 2,200 kids.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was sponsored by Monster Energy drink at the time, and so we would just rent out this convention center and just blast it. But we both were on the radio at the time, so we just blasted all over the radio, and it kind of just took off from there, man. We started the high school parties, and then we moved to the college scene. Started like why we can't get that, so we started knocking out the college parties, and then I started moving into the club scene. Once I hit the 21 stage, and been knocking it out ever since, man.
Yeah. How you like it so far?
I mean, I'm not in the clubs or nightlife as much as I used to.
Yeah.
But when I was in it, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. You learn a lot. You gain a lot of patience, and just not patience with drunk folks, but you gain patience with the GMs, the club owners, the restaurant owners, or whoever promoters.
Yeah.
You learn a lot of patience, but you also learn how to move in the streets, and you learn how to you learn how to read a crowd, which I think now allows me to pretty much rock any crowd that I come across.
It's tight.
Yeah.
Let's take it back. Do you remember how we first met in the nightlife?
Yeah, I want to say back 2015, 2016. My memory is K Pasa in the marketplace.
I believe so, yeah.
Shout out to DJ Andy. Rest in peace. That's my dude,
DJ
man.
Andy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And I don't even know. I was thinking about this. I was like, man, I don't even know why they let me on the microphone, how I got on the microphone, but
it just happened.
Yeah, it just
was
happened.
Organic,
and then,
which is good. You know?
I just remember when I moved out here, I was doing everything for free because I knew I had to create a brand. I had to market myself, and I really wanted to connect with all the DJs.
Yeah.
And as you can see, I'm originally from St. Louis, Missouri, so I learned a lot of the promoting scene from my brother, who used to throw a lot of parties back in St. Louis. And so I knew I had to connect with the DJs if I was going to be a new radio personality in the city. I didn't know I was going to take off like that, but I knew my personality, I knew my charisma, I knew my aura and how I move, that I would be easy to connect with people, but I didn't know how the DJs would accept it. So I came in with a humble heart, with gratitude, and whoever let me rock the mic, man, I just did it.
So what makes a DJ and an MC work well together?
I always tell people that a host is the third eye of the DJ. And a lot of times hosts like to outshine the DJ. But the DJ is like the wheels of the car. Like the car ain't going nowhere without the wheels. The club is nothing without the DJ. So you can't outshine the DJ, but the DJ has to trust the host enough to be like, hey man, we need to go another route tonight. Yeah. This ain't that crowd. Or things of that nature. So I think that's kind of why so many people let me rock the mic, because they trust me on the mic.
Yeah. What would you say kills the vibe when the chemistry is not there between the MC and the DJ?
Trying to outshine the DJ. And making it about both parties, DJ and host, making it about you. Oh, yeah. You can never make the party about you. It's about the crowd. Yeah. And if a DJ can't read the crowd and the host is trying to come and tell you, hey man, you're not reading it in a respectful way, then that relationship is going to be far and none. Yeah.
So let's go straight to radio. We work for the same company. How did you feel about that?
Radio is radio. I've been doing it so long, so it's like one of those things where you kind of do it in your sleep, And so you
were born for it.
I was born for it. I knew that's what I wanted to do. I actually interned in radio my high school, in my senior year in high school. So I've been doing radio really since I was like 18.
Damn.
17, 18.
That's tight.
And so when I got into it, it was natural born. I got into radio because I wanted to break music. I wanted to be a music director, in which I was when I first moved out here. When I worked at Kelly, when it used to be Kelly 95.3, that's how far back.
Yeah. Here in Bakersfield.
Yeah, then we switched over to Energy 95.3. And so I always wanted to break music. I always wanted to work with record labels and eventually be an operational manager of a station. Now, that never came to pass, but I've enjoyed every minute in radio thus far. When did you start DJing?
16 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I've known Regulator for years, but I don't know his story. So honestly, we probably have to interview each other.
Yeah. It's all good. Honestly, it's a long story. To try to keep it short, my mom, she bought me this little controller mixer for Christmas. It was a toy. It wasn't a professional mixer. I think it was Christmas or birthday, one of the two, I was like, whatever, It was just for, I guess I wanted it, according to her, but I don't even remember looking into it,
Yeah.
But obviously this is years ago. So I finally started, messing with it. I started practicing. And next thing you know, I'm like, okay, I like this.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I'm DJing with, it's a mixer only. So it has no turntables, no CDJs, nothing.
Right.
It's literally like a toy mixer. You plug into the laptop and play music. And then next thing I'm doing the family parties with that mixer. And then fast forward later, I'm buying like old turntables.
Yeah.
But they can't even connect to that mixer.
Yeah.
But I'm having them there as display.
Yeah.
Just to look like a DJ.
You got to fake it until you make it.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I did. Those family parties transitioned into house parties where I started hosting the house parties. I was in a party crew scene in Bakersfield, in my high school days, and I was throwing house parties at abandoned houses and whatnot. And I was throwing them MDJ, along with friends, and that's how I was making my money. I wasn't getting paid to DJ because these are my own parties, but I was charging at the door. And again, even at that moment, I was still using the fake turntables, or real turntables, but they're not even plugged in, you know. And then finally got some real gear and transitioned into a hookah lounge, which was an 18 and over hookah lounge that I kind of told them. I used to be 21 plus. That's where I met Andy, DJ Andy. It was a 21 plus, and I was like, "You're not getting a crowd. Let's turn this into 18 and over. There's nothing 18 and over."
Was that your very first spot you DJ'd?
Second, I'll tell you. I'll rewind to the first one. So that one was like my first residency, you could say. So we turned it into an 18 and over club, and it blew up. We had a line around the block. It was popping every weekend. But right before that, somebody gave me an opportunity to DJ at Club Replay, which is no longer here, but
I heard about it.
Yeah, and I was about 16, 17. So that was my first club gig. It was just a one time,
Yeah, they say Replay used to go crazy.
Oh yeah, during that time it was popping, And then again, back to the hookah lounge, that's where it took off, and I ended up moving on to bigger things, and been at it since then, nonstop.
So when you get into DJing though, at first you don't have anybody you follow, but then who was the first DJ you was like, man, I want to?
So my mom, she used to be a lawyer, and every time she would study late at night or do work late at night, she would play a lot of house music.
Gotcha.
Like Tiesto, the big
so that's
producers. And that's where I'm trying to sleep as a kid. I'm like, what is this? Like, I started liking it.
Yeah.
So when I finally, started practicing on that mixer, where I was like, okay, maybe I want to be a DJ. That's what, connected for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever asked you those questions?
What's that?
Has anybody ever
Not really. I mean, I probably told it to a couple of people, but not in public. So where do you feel more pressure? On the mic, at the club, or on the radio?
Not to be overly confident. I never really feel pressure, honestly. But if I had to choose, I would say on the mic, simply because most times when I'm hopping on the mic, it's at random, and so I don't know the route the DJ's going, or where they at, or where the crowd is. Especially in today's nightlife, I don't really know the music like that. And for anybody that's hosting, getting into hosting, if you don't know the music, don't get on the microphone.
I agree.
Yeah,
especially the timing.
Yeah, the timing. And don't talk over the music. I can go on the whole thing, but yeah.
We'll get into that conversation. We'll get into that.
Let me slow down. My bad.
Nah, you're good.
If I had to answer the question, I would probably say the microphone because it's more sporadic, more spontaneous, and so I'm really just going off the feel of the night. But I say the nerves because you don't want to mess up the night. You can say something, you can over talk, you can overanalyze and do too much on the microphone. So if I had to choose, I would say the radio. I can prep. I know what I'm going. What I'm doing.
You're not on video.
Yeah, I'm not on.
I think that's a big difference too, right?
I got time to think about it.
Yeah.
Out in the club, you don't have time to think about it. You're really feeling it.
So just to end that radio combo, what happened to radio?
Man, what happened to radio? The accessibility of music. Everybody can get music whenever they want to. If you think back when radio started, you can only get your music from radio. I mean, growing up, we had to record on cassette tapes from the radio. Yeah. The first time we heard I'll just use Taylor Swift right now. Granted, she wasn't back then, but that's the first name to come to mind.
Yeah.
If you wanted to hear a Taylor Swift song, you had to get it from the radio. You couldn't get it from Apple Music, Spotify, anything of that nature. So I think that was the biggest transition because it's not even AR reps anymore. It's not even like the record companies are not as big as and everything is about streaming.
I think it's at a point where you could even start your own radio station from home.
Like this could be a radio station.
Yeah.
You set up a DJ. All right, we'll be right back in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Go to the DJ, let them mix for 3 minutes, and come back
from your room.
That's what I'm saying. And you can get a live audience and have a whole live radio show.
It's funny how accessible that could be because I get on Twitch, live streaming platforms, even TikTok nowadays, and you have even DJs like, they're playing music and they're showing themselves, but there's DJs playing like music videos, for example, and they're doing it they might be watching a movie and still, playing those music videos, and people are watching, and you're actually making money out of it. Not that you want to do it only for the money, but you know what I mean? Like, that's how much everything has changed, and I think that applies to radio where,
Yeah, and attention span also changed radio. People don't have the attention span for radio, and I always tell people don't, when they say I don't listen to the radio, it's because they don't have the power to change the song when they want to. And I always run through this short little brief of when you riding in your car, you listening to, let's say you got a 30-minute ride.
Yeah.
You've listened to at least 4 songs, but out of those 4 songs, you've only listened to the verse and the chorus. Your favorite part of the song, the chorus, and you moved on to the next song. So it's not about that you hate radio and commercials. You just don't have the power to change the song. You're forced to listen to it.
That translates to DJ sets too. A lot of DJs, I mean, I had conversations with DJs where like, let the songs play, but in my head I'm like, okay, I think my personal opinion, if the crowd at the club wants me to let the song play, they're gonna do that in their own time, Yeah. They could get at the gym or on their drive, get on Spotify, Apple Music, and listen to the whole song. If you come to the club, you want high energy music, so I'm gonna, go a little faster.
Yeah, and people don't want to be heard anymore. Back in the day when I first started radio, people couldn't wait to hear themselves on the radio. They couldn't wait to be a part of the conversation. Excuse me. You good? Be a part of the conversation. It's not like that now. They just want to win the prize, and even when they win the prize, you got to pull the teeth to get them to talk. So I think that's the part I miss about radio is the interaction. That's why I had loved doing mornings with myself and Mary G because it was more interactive.
Yeah.
On the air, but now it's just in and out. Do your breaks, be informative, get a prize out, and keep it pushing.
I agree. So let's transition into the nightlife. Let's start with bigger cities. How do you see it different back then to now?
Is this like more of what killed nightlife, or
overall? What's the big change right now?
Okay,
in bigger cities first, and then we'll transition to Bakersfield.
I don't really think there's a bigger change within the bigger cities because I travel a lot, and pretty much everywhere is the same now. I used to say, well, this is California, but when I go back home, if I go to, let's say, Dallas, everybody's pretty much doing the same. The thing I think people are missing out on is the experience, where some places are winning an experience and some people just open their doors playing music and hoping for the best. So I don't really think anybody is doing anything different these days, in my opinion.
Do crowds behave different out of town?
Yes, but I would say out of town people party more. They actually dance more. They're actually more interactive with each other instead of just standing.
Party as in like party in the club, not as in party more.
Yeah, party in the club. Like they're actually dancing, they singing, they're relating to the music, they singing out loud. Compared to the spots I've been to in California, people just want to be in the scene and be seen. It's not about the music. It's not about
social media influence.
Social media influence is all about getting my content. All right, I'm ready to go. I got cute for tonight, or I got handsome for tonight, and we move on. But you go to other cities, it's really about the party.
So do people come to live the moment or to capture the content?
Yep, there it is. Live the moment. Capture the content, sorry. They come to capture the content. And I'm not going to say everybody in there, because some people come to live the moment. But a lot of people in today's nightlife is just coming to capture the moment and just...
It's crazy.
Yeah, capture the content. And it's like, yo, man, put the phone down, enjoy your friends, and enjoy the moment.
It's even bigger with, a lot of DJs now, producers, they're artists. And then you, like in Vegas, there's a million phones all over recording the DJ.
Yeah, it's all over. What is it like as a DJ in today's nightlife, though? Hopefully I'm not going off.
Oh, no, you're good.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's a lot of things that have changed, but overall as a DJ, because of TikTok, the music hasn't changed much.
It hasn't or has?
It has not.
Okay.
Overall, nightclub, partying, nightlife scene, there's a change, but it's more about the venue. It's not really, to me at least, it's not the crowd too much, besides the phones, obviously. But honestly, lately at my residencies, I don't really see people all over their phones, surprisingly.
Yeah.
I do see that everywhere else somehow, but I mean, at least from my perspective, I'm not looking at the crowd 100% of the time. I'm also focused on my decks, but I don't see that issue for me right now. But like you said, I have experienced it as a party goer, going out of town and whatnot. And it could be good and bad for a DJ, because you do want people to record you. You do want that content.
Yeah.
You want that free promo, but also you want people to catch a vibe.
Gotcha. Once I asked my DJ friends, like, what is it like now compared to back then?
Where do MCs fit in the club nowadays?
That's a great question, because I genuinely don't know, because I don't hear a lot of MCs and hosts anymore. Because I think a lot of DJs are knocking it out by themselves, and I don't know if that comes from a place, and maybe you can answer this, because it comes from a place of you don't want nobody interrupting your set, or people just genuinely don't know how to host and MC anymore, or what the case may be. That's a phenomenal question. I genuinely don't know.
Let's get into the DJ perspective of it. You think DJs talk too much on the mic?
I don't think DJs talk enough.
You don't think DJs talk enough?
Actually, from what, in my opinion, and the times I've been out, I don't think DJs interact enough with the crowd. And I think crowds, that might be the small niche where it can be that experience I was talking about. Where you and again, and I'm not just talking about here. I also don't feel like a lot of DJs are taking their crowd through journeys, a storyline, a timeline. Like let's start early '90s and let's meet right back up here in 2026. But while doing that, talking on the microphone and interacting with the crowd enough. So in my opinion, I don't think enough people are on the microphone and shying away from the microphone.
So as a party goer, do you prefer the DJ on the mic often, or you want the DJ to let the music do the talking?
That's a good question, because I think that also depends on the night, on the crowd, and how the crowd is moving. And I think you gotta fiddle with it throughout the night. Talk a little bit, see if the crowd is interactive with you. If they're not really feeling, let the music do the talking.
Yeah.
But if the crowd really feeling that you talking, like when I say talk, I'm not talking about like a whole radio talk break. I'm talking about when is the last time you heard this song? Drop it. Ladies, were you in the bathroom twerking to this before you got ready? Drop it.
Hyping up the song right
before you drop it.
I like that.
And it's seeing if the crowd reacts to that, and if not, let the music do the talking.
I like that perspective, because one thing I stopped, especially in the last year and a half, doing is giving shout outs to BAPs because where I work at, they're selling 10 to maybe even 20 plus bottles.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing shout outs all night, I feel like I'm at a farmer's market selling limes or something, you know, I don't like it. And I started hearing myself, you know, now that I'm recording my sets, and I was like, I need to change that. Like, okay, I get it. Yes, the people that pay for a bottle service, pay for a table, yes, you know, they're good clients. They deserve that little extra shout out, but there's different ways to do it. And so I stopped completely. I don't do shout outs at all anymore. I know a lot of my DJ friends do, which is fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It's just my opinion, you know? But I feel like replacing those shout outs with the way you just mentioned how to hype up songs would be perfect, you know? And even while you're saying that, you could kind of throw in some type of shout out for somebody that just got a Don Julio bottle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like get creative with it.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, oh, BAP, they just got a Don Julio bottle, blah, blah, or blah, blah's birthday, you know? I think if you could kind of get creative with it, it would sound way better.
I've never been a person to really hype up and shout out VIPs because most time they are not your returning customer. I've always shown more love to the returning customers, which is the general mission people. Reason because they gonna come back. Those are the ones that's on their phones gonna post, and VIP just want to get their content. And again, thank you for coming. Thank you for spending your money.
Yeah.
And I like the idea of real quick, shout out to the such VIP, going to whatever you're gonna say about the next song, drop it. In the sense of that nature. But I've always loved up on the general mission more than I have the VIP sections.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's so much better. The people, the general mission people are the ones that are going to party.
That's true.
Yeah.
Especially for a DJ, you prefer them because
and more than likely they came for you.
Yeah.
more than likely the VIPs, they heard about the place. Or they heard, or they've seen, oh, this is a nice spot. Look like we can, flex a little bit. Cool. Appreciate you. But these people came for me. So I'm going to love up on them.
Yeah. All right, Snacks. Let's get into a music segment. What are 3 songs that work in a room no matter what?
Oh, I got to put my music brain on here. All right. This is how we do it. Depending on the crowd, I'm showing my age right now, but you make me happy.
Yeah. I like it.
Again, depending on the fun, I love Paramore. Ain't it fun? Mic drop. Depending on the this might mark in Hermosa Beach, but Ain't It Fun by Paramore. Or a Yin Yang Twin song, or a Lil Jon song, a Lil Twerk song. One of those in that category. I think if you drop any of those, it gets the crowd moving.
What's a song you don't like hearing, but the crowd still loves?
That could be a lot. What's that broccoli song that used to come out?
Oh, yeah.
and the broccoli. Oh,
I had to play that on the radio for so long, bro.
Man,
I was like,
we used to play that at Bricks, bro, and I was like, oh, my God. But I have to fake this hype because the crowd used to go nuts. And then, what's the one? I think it was a TikTok one where everybody was just stale for a minute and then the beat dropped. Was that the same song?
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't think of the name of it, but it was everybody.
Touches that song in so long.
Yeah, like everybody was just stopped.
Harlem Shake.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that
Harlem
one.
Shake.
Yeah, that song used to drive me crazy. Those two were like, golly, but the crowd used to go bonkers over it. I'm like, all right, let's ride with it.
Yeah, I bet you if I play Broccoli at the club this weekend, they'll go crazy.
See if
still.
Please
it's crazy.
Play it. Please play it.
I'm gonna test it.
Please play it.
I haven't played it since radio, but I'm gonna test it.
Please play it. I want to see if they still go crazy for it. Are there songs that this generation don't like? I don't think, I say this is how we do it, but do they still move to this is how we do it?
I don't play it as much as I used to, but I do. I think there's time and place.
Okay.
At a wedding, private event.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It works. At the club, it does work, but you could tell the age difference in the
Okay.
crowd
Okay,
right
that's what
away.
that's what I was
It's
thinking.
a good way to tell
Oh, yeah.
who,
But I
how
gotta
old
get to
everyone
that.
is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are songs that working for the ladies right now, no matter what?
Anything Sexy Red. Shout out to Sexy Red from the North Side. Meg Thee Stallion. This is showing how long I have not been in the scene. But Sexy Red for sure. Or no, not Lotto. Or a good Cardi B.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, am I on the right track?
I think so. Yeah. you're
Okay.
good.
All right. All right. Because I ain't been in the scene for a minute, so.
Yeah. But you're keeping up still.
It's a little bit.
As far as hip hop, it hasn't changed a lot, honestly. And we'll get into that subject because I do want to touch.
I'm trying not to move too fast.
No, you're good. Do people connect more with lyrics or energy as far as music on the dance floor?
Energy. Because if the energy to hit, they're not gonna sing the lyrics. Most definitely energy. If the energy not right in any atmosphere, when it comes to nightlife, I don't think no matter what you play, the energy has to be right first. Because even when I used to go, I used to be dancing in line when I heard the music. But I felt the energy coming from inside the place. Like you heard people singing, you saw people dancing. So I see as soon as you walk in, you see the energy. Okay, we gotta meet the criteria here, or we gotta catch up.
Yeah, of course. How do you feel about throwbacks still going crazy because of TikTok?
I love it, man, because we're holding on for dear life when it comes to good music.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
Like I think you talked about it before a couple of times. Like, what is out now that's considered a hit?
There's hits, but they don't last long.
So this is why so many people are. This is why R&B. Granted, I host an R&B night, but our R&B day party. But this is why R&B events are oversaturated now because people are trying to hold on for dear life for good music, and people are still dancing to those records.
That goes into my next question. There hasn't been any real club records in hip hop and R&B lately. Why do you think that is?
Because of the attention span of the music.
Okay.
The attention span of the music. People don't have a long attention span of listening to anything over 2 minutes and 15 seconds.
But we're going straight for the crowd. Do you think the artists are just not caring to make club music anymore?
No, because they don't have to. They're making more money just making quick music.
So
TikTok,
that's why.
the TikTok song.
You got a point.
Yeah.
You got a big point. Because I was wondering, like, so I tell myself, okay, if I was an artist, well, now I'm making music as a producer, but I'm not singing, I'm not rapping. If I was an artist for hip hop and R&B, especially, I would make it my number one goal to make music for DJs to play, because the DJs are gonna get it out there. If it works at the club, it works anywhere to me, So that's why sometimes I wonder, like, why don't artists think like that? Like, there hasn't been. If you think about it, maybe in the last 2 years, in my opinion, the only club hits I could think of that lasted, that still work, are Kendrick songs.
Yeah, the squabble ups and
so to me it's like, Drake might come up with a hit once in a while, but everyone else, yes, they are making hits, but they don't last long. And a lot of those hits lose energy after a hook, after a burst. And I have to power mix. And sometimes I wonder, like, why am I not letting the song play? But then I try to, and the energy goes away. If people don't know the lyrics, they don't vibe to it as much,
Yeah.
And that's when now I have to go back to this is how we do it, my Lil Jon, Get Low, and I feel stuck sometimes because people might think I'm not up to date with music, but I'm downloading music every day.
I take my hat off to DJs, man. I really do. Because I don't know how you all's brain work for 4 hours. I would do. I got an hour in me, and I'm over it. Like let me be the opener. I am totally fine with being being the opener. So I take my hat off to DJs. But going back to your question, just because artists they don't have to make that type of music anymore. They just have to make something that's a hit for 2 minutes and 15 seconds that'll gravitate to streaming numbers, because that's all record labels care about now is streaming numbers. And if you're up and coming artist, that's all record labels are looking at. What is the next big artist, or what's the next artist that I can push at a very quick rate? And so they don't have to put much effort in. I just need I just need lyrics that's relatable at the time and a beat that just go crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I never saw it in that
Yeah.
way, which is good. You got a big point, honestly.
Yeah. And but if you look at the crowd, their attention span is not that long.
Yeah.
So listening to a song, even if it's not in the club, they don't want to listen. They don't want to sing a song for 3 minutes.
So you'll say, back to the way I see it is not that the lyrics don't last, is that people's attention span is short.
Short, and they lose energy fast. All right, what's next? You got me here. What's next?
So what do you say an artist, especially in hip hop and R&B, can make a song less than 2 minutes long and still hit?
Still hit. And that's the goal now. The goal is not to make a 4-minute song anymore. Because people not, again, going back to what I was saying when you ride in your car, people are not listening to 4-minute songs. I want to hear my verse, my chorus, I'm moving on to the next song.
Like I told you the other day at the club, remember I had a bathroom break and I was like, I'm gonna leave you with You Don't Have to Call by Usher, because it's just gonna repeat the whole thing.
That's all.
You know? And that's a good example of how music is nowadays. So.
And that's a good one, because that the lyrics of that song is relatable. You don't have to call. It's okay, girl, because I'm going to be all right tonight. People know that. And the beat will hold you long enough. But that's also a song to get people to the bar and sing while they're at the bar. It's not like a get them back to the dance floor. And I don't think a lot of, short brief, I don't think a lot of people that club goers understand that's what DJs do throughout the course of the night at a bar or a club scene.
Yep.
That you play certain songs because the club or the bar has to make money. And I don't even know if we call them clubs anymore. Again, that's a whole total. I don't know if we're getting into that, so I'm going to slow down.
No, we could get into that. I mean, what do you call them now? I mean, there's restaurants are becoming clubs, or, giving you that nightlife atmosphere.
Well, that was the first time I seen that when I first moved to California.
¿Qué pasa?
Que Pasa and Lamina.
Lamina, yeah.
But now it's everywhere. But when I first moved here, when I was at Lamina, shout out to DJ Nocturnal, I was working with him and they was moving tables out the way. And I'm like, what's going on? He was like, I was about to turn into a club.
You were like, what?
A club. And so back home, clubs are like 3 stories.
Yeah.
Or 2 stories, or like these big old car lot places that they turn into a club. So a restaurant was a restaurant, a bar was a bar, a lounge was a lounge, and a club was a club. So I was flabbergasted.
And the vibe is different. And
every vibe is different. Wow. Yeah. Restaurants close at 9. So if you're going to eat, but also the clubs a lot of the clubs back home made it to where you had to be in free before 11. So people would go out to eat, have dinner, and then try and get in line and get in before 11. And then they start charging. And so you didn't have those other food options before the club opened. And then if you wanted to just go to a bar scene, the bar scene was the bar scene. Like a bar is going to be a bar. Like that's the one thing that's never going to change. Lounge is going to be a lounge where you got your setup like this, have some music playing. There was no DJs, but you had a playlist playing, and everybody knew it. Club, it wasn't about no sections. It wasn't about none of that. It was just we coming in to jam to the DJ. The DJ better be great, and we gonna party. And so when I got here, we was changing. Restaurants was changing it to clubs. I was like, what is going on? So I don't know what we call it today. And I think that might be in my opinion, I think that might be the small issue of a lot of people don't know how to differentiate what's what, because they're all going to the same thing.
They're behaving the same way.
They're all behaving also. Yeah, they're all behaving the same way. And so people don't know how to separate the experience that we were talking about. Because if you go, let's just say you go out to a restaurant and it turns to a club, okay, then you go to an actual club. What's the difference?
And I see that so often nowadays, and I love to touch on that subject because there's times where I'm DJing, and obviously my sets, compared to maybe LA DJs, Vegas DJs, they do like 1 hour, 2 hour sets. Here we do 4 to 5 hours. My sets start at 9 o'clock, 9:30, So I see a lot of like older crowds or couples early at the club, and I'm like, I'm not gonna play the hits. Well, first of all, you shouldn't be playing the hits that early, but I'm not gonna play like crazy club music when they're trying to conversate, they're trying to talk, they're trying to barely catch a vibe. They might be on a date, they just got done with dinner.
Yeah.
They don't want to see people go crazy yet. You kind of like gotta start slow.
Yeah.
But that goes back to what you're saying, because of not separating places and their different vibes that they're supposed to have. Like a club, a lounge is supposed to be for that, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, a restaurant is where you literally go eat. Yeah, you might want to catch a vibe with the music, but it shouldn't be exactly as a club. You know, and that goes back to when I think about it, I'm like, I need to slow it down, or I need to play music that's more universal, that won't make, you know, a couple feel uncomfortable when they're watching girls twerk, for example.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, does that make it hard for as DJs? Does that make it hard for you all? And when I ask that, I mean, in a sense, one being there that long. I always say if somebody has to DJ for 4 hours, you most definitely need two DJs, in my opinion, because that's just a long time. Not saying that y'all can't do it. Clearly, you can.
Why is that? Because of the energy
Yeah, the energy
or
and
music selection?
energy, music selection, because I would like to think that DJs have different styles, different types, play differently, move differently, and also it gives you a mental break. A lot of people don't know I officiate college basketball, but in the off season you do a certain amount of games, and I tell people, hey bro, I got 2 to 3 games in me. I'm not doing 4 games because I'm mentally not there anymore. So that's excuse me. Is that different?
It's funny. I used to hold you on that one. I used to be a referee too for soccer, and there was days because my stepdad was in charge of like the league for the referees and stuff, and he'll give me like 5 games in a Sunday. And I'm like, by the 4th game, I'm mad at everyone.
That's what I'm saying.
And you're right. That could apply to, you know, a long set. I don't see it that way, but I think it's because I've been doing it for so long,
yeah.
and I'm open format. I think that could go wrong if you're not open format.
Okay. That makes sense.
Because you're stuck playing whether it's EDM, reggaeton, or hip hop, you know, and that energy could go away fast. But if you're open format, I mean, I could start with R&B, for example, start slow. My energy is staying with R&B with that energy, you know, and then by midnight, I'm going house music, up tempo, and my energy is going to shift or go up. So I don't see that as an issue, but I do understand that it could also be good to have 2 DJs. With 2 different energies and styles in the club, you know, because it's like 2 parties in one. The only thing that I have experienced that didn't work, it didn't happen to me every time, just sometimes. Some DJs not knowing how to open. And I hate to touch on that subject, but
big.
it's true.
No, that's big.
You know?
That's big.
And obviously I was an opener too.
Yeah.
I had to learn the hard way too.
Yeah,
you know, I've been in that same position. I learned it. You know, but if you're an opener, you cannot be playing the hits at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, you know? Because, and even if you're doing the whole set yourself, I cannot play the number 1 song out right now at 11 because some people go to the club just to hear that song or those songs. Yeah. If I give it to them already, that's it.
Yeah, and I think you really learn who's really a good DJ when they open.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When they,
especially when it comes to catalog.
Yeah.
You know,
when they open, because you get to see how diverse they can move through their what do you all call it? Your
crates.
Yeah, your crates, through your crates. And if you're a good opener, okay, yeah, you got it. Because anybody can headline. Because all you got you just got to know how to navigate through 16 to 18 hits. But if you're an opener, that's hard to do because you're dealing, like you said, older, especially downtown. Between 9 and 11 o'clock is the older group. This is how Bakersfield work. On Fridays is couples night, it's date night. Saturdays is singles, we outside. Sunday is family, couples back together. So Friday nights for a DJ downtown between 9 and 11, you probably getting the couples that's frustrated and trying to be home by 11 to get it cracking and go to bed.
You're so right.
So again, I take my hat off to you all, man, to be able to navigate.
Appreciate that.
Through the night, because I would just be an opener. I'm just telling y'all that. Give me the opening, and I'm good. Hopefully, I ain't get off topic, but I'm very good at that. Sorry.
Back to sports. Let's talk a little bit of music and sports. Okay. They both run on energy. Do you see the overlap
of sports running on energy?
Sports and music.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially for me when I'm doing my college games, man. I get yelled at every night. I'm on the road 3 to 4 nights a week, maybe 3 to 5 nights, depending on the week. Like next week, I got 1 day off, and I'm getting yelled at by coaches, fans, players, but you have to understand the energy of the game,
Yeah.
the passion behind it. But that's also the same when it comes to music. Artists are passionate about their music. When they come to a club, they want to see when you drop their music. Let's just say you all invite somebody to Zama and you drop one of their songs. Every artist wants to see how their song is moving in the club. So what's the energy behind that song? So it most definitely plays hand to hand. And going back to what you said earlier, I think DJs on the night they not working should go out and listen to other DJs and just hang out. Not even just know getting messed up or whatnot, but just see what's working. Or shit, you moving, how you dropping shit. You have to use that.
And network. And network. And nowadays it's so easy to hear other DJ sets. I mean, I'm on YouTube listening to other DJs the whole day.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many DJs that even live stream from the club. So it's not that hard to, keep up and whatnot. But back to the sports, like you said, referee, you get yelled at, you get a lot of pressure. Who gets more pressure, a referee or a DJ?
DJ.
Really?
Yeah. You don't get pressure into a referee until you make a bad call at the end of the game. That's when all the fans get on you, all those type of things. But I think the DJ, especially because you all are stepping into something different every night. And I say that because when I used to host at, I'm going way back, 21, Bricks, people were like, man, you don't get tired of the same crowd? And I'm like, no, it's a different crowd every weekend. So I'm walking into something different every weekend. So I have to meet a new standard every weekend. So I think it's more pressure on the DJ, especially dealing with drunk folks. I don't know. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
To be honest, it depends on the club.
Yeah.
But
yeah. What you think is sports? Huh? I mean, you think it's a referee?
I mean, I've lived both worlds, and I do think referee, but the referee does have the advantage of being able to red card or what do you call it in basketball? I'm sorry,
fouls or
kick them out. In other words, you can do that and problem solved.
Yeah. You can't do that as a DJ.
No, you can't. You can't be like, I don't want that person on the dance floor. But
security.
I think it goes both ways. It depends where you DJ. It depends on the crowd that you also have to educate your crowd.
Yeah.
Well, especially being a resident DJ, you educate the crowd. This is how I run things, and this is how the music is gonna work. And I mean, you might struggle at first with the request, but I think like I said, if you educate your crowd to learn how the night is gonna go, there's a time and place for those requests, and it's fine.
What is the biggest pet peeve when it comes to requests for DJs? Because I know a lot of DJs do not like requests.
The phone on their face. That's
what is this new thing where they type it on their phone?
I get it. You're trying to communicate because it's loud in the club. I get that part, but there's a way to do it. Like, excuse me, and then show the phone instead of just I think they're just going like Snapchat or Instagram and just write it in big letters.
I forgot. I think I was hanging out with SoFlo. And
like when it's moving, the text is moving. Yeah, I think it's an app.
I said, SoFlo, what is this?
They're upgrading. Next thing you know, they're gonna have the iPad with a big sign.
What is going on? She just did a whole jumbotron.
But it would be funny. You know how bottle girls take the bottle and they have the big sign right there. Next thing you know, those people requesting songs, they're gonna come up with something.
Section.
Yeah, they're gonna come up with some creative way to do it.
What is going on? Like, this is crazy.
I think there's a time and place for requests. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I have had people give me a lot of requests, and I might not want to play that first, but then I'm like, let me try it out, and it worked.
Okay.
Blueface, I had no idea about him until somebody requested a song by him, and she was like, it was a girl. She was like, he's blowing up right now, like Blueface, like the song, the name sounded weird to me. I downloaded it on the spot. I'm like, I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna give it a try. Everybody went crazy, and I was like, what? I didn't know this song. I was mad at myself for not knowing, Yeah. So there's times where it might work, but I think the biggest thing for me is say please.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
And to the defense of the party goers, some of them really do be up on their music.
Oh yeah.
Like a lot of them really do be up on their music, and you be like, okay, I'm going to take your word for it. But it's also party goers. You have to understand that there's a beat per minute their DJs have to go through. So
bottle girls don't understand that either.
They don't.
No, it's crazy.
So if the DJ is playing a song at 96 beats per minute and you want to hear a song at 76, it's not going to happen right away.
Yeah.
And I know you probably don't understand it, but just know that's how that works.
You're gonna dance way different.
Yeah, that's an incredible drop off in the beat.
Yeah.
Let's just say it that way.
And that goes to like what I just mentioned, bottle girls too. I think when it comes to the club, a great thing for DJs to do is not teach, but communicate with the bottle girls. Hey, this is how it's gonna work, or these are the rules. Because back to the requests, there's clubs and venues that do have rules. They have a format that we have to follow. A lot of people don't know that.
Format and music?
Music format, So I'll tell them, like, somebody might ask me for a song from the 80s, and I'm like, we have a whole different format. Due to the rules, I cannot play it.
Yeah.
And they'll understand.
Gotcha.
But, it's hard because a lot of people might not care or, they don't see that. And same thing for bottle girls. They have to understand that. And I think a DJ communicating to the bottle girls, hey, this is how it works. And it might help the chemistry.
Now, I didn't know that myself. But with that being said, do owners or general managers or whoever the manager of that night, do they sit back and watch how the night is going and be like, okay, let's switch it up? Are they okay of stepping out of that policy?
I experienced both worlds so far.
Okay.
I'm not gonna mention the names of the places.
I said, don't let me get you in trouble.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But I think
no,
it'd be fair.
not in a negative way. Not in a negative way. But I had worked at clubs where the manager or the owners watching and listening to every single, not just song, transition, every single detail.
Yeah.
They're watching the crowd. They're watching the DJ. Their main job is listening. I think that's good because they keep you on your toes and they care. But I've also experienced club owners whether they're never there, and even the manager doesn't really care. He's focused on the bar or the bottle service.
Gotcha.
And it also worked, but it's up to the club owner to trust their DJ.
Gotcha.
If they trust you, they're not gonna be on your ass about it.
And how do DJs gain that trust? Is that how long is it?
Rock the dance floor, make the sales. Right. A lot of times. Us DJs, I've been through that too, where I only care about people dancing, and then I finally realized, hey, if the club is not making money, I'm not making money. I started watching the bar. This is years ago, and I switched my whole perspective. I switched my transition. Sometimes I'll kill the whole vibe just to give you that 3-second break, get on the mic, and then play a song. And that 3-second break might be like, in your mindset, as a party goer, you might be like, oh, this is my time to go to the bar. Or I might want to, buy a bottle, blah, blah. Same thing with hip hop and rap, trap. Trap songs are the best to sell bottles at the club. At least for guys. I mean, guys are the most buying the bottles, but trap songs, get you hyped up. They get me hyped up, So, and I mean, for what I see, and it works really well with selling bottles.
Yeah. And the flip side that I, as a host, always try and help a DJ out when I can see a crowd frustrated when it comes to music. And I always, this is my way of connecting with the audience. Like, hey, I know y'all getting frustrated, but the club has to make money too. So when you hear songs like this is our way of pushing you to the bar. Trust us, you're gonna get back to the dance floor.
Yeah, they get mad sometimes, but I mean,
because I used to, you know what? I'm just gonna tell them what it is. Over the microphone, this is what it is. We pushing you to the bar. I promise you, we're gonna get you back to the dance floor.
All right, Snacks. Quick questions with Regulator.
Okay.
Pre-game or no pre-game?
Before the club?
Yeah.
I'm good with either or. But if we're gonna pre-game, I'd much rather put one in the sky.
Club crowd or radio audience?
Club crowd.
Hosting sober or hosting with a drink?
Hosting with a drink.
R&B or hip hop?
I'm always gonna go to R&B route.
R&B parties or open format rooms?
Open format.
Nightlife in 2026 or nightlife in 2016?
2016.
Nightclub or day club?
At my age now, day clubs. At my big age now, day clubs for sure.
Phones up or phones down?
Down. Please put them down.
VIP tables or dance floor energy?
Dance floor energy.
Crowd singing or crowd dancing?
Can we do both or no?
Do both. There's songs that work for both, right?
Yeah, I like both. But if dancing because it lasts longer throughout the night.
Going viral or building a fan base?
Building a fan base.
Late entry or early arrival?
I like getting there early because I can get to the bar as many times as I want to, and I can leave and hit the next spot.
Your nightlife career in one word?
Extraordinary. I had a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Like that.
A lot of stories.
Can we hear a story?
I used to do back when I first started radio, we used to do this is when radio stations used to broadcast live over the airways from the club.
Okay.
And so we did a 2-hour live broadcast from this place called JB's Piano Bar. And so pretty much what that is for anybody that don't understand radio, I would whatever I was doing inside that club went out over the air. So whatever you heard over the air was happening right there in the club. The DJ was mixing, I was talking, you heard people in the background dancing. And so we did 2 hours commercial free, no commercials, bottomless Long Islands. These Long Islands came in those Bud Light throwback Bud Light pictures people used to carry.
Yeah.
And it was the college crowd. So Friday nights used to go crazy. And I'll leave it at my nights ended very well. My nights ended very, very well.
That's a pretty good strategy for a nightclub.
Yeah. I don't know why clubs don't want to be so expensive these days. Like sometimes the cheap route works.
It does.
As long as you keep a strict policy at the door as far as dress code and what you let in. Like sometimes the cheap model, it works. But yeah, I know I didn't give you a lot in that story, but just read between the lines. I had a great time after the clubs.
Back to that talk about the bottles, service, prices. I think it's about supply and demand. A lot of clubs and lounges are starting low, but the clubs are getting packed. People are buying. So what do you do next? You raise the prices. Like everything in life, obviously, you know. That's the way I see it's happening. But
do you have to?
You don't have to at all, but everybody gets greedy. You know?
Because for me, I think $40, and I don't know if anybody is doing this. Before I say, I don't. Again, I'm not out like that. But I think $40 at the door is crazy.
Yeah.
Because then what do you have to spend at the bar? And for me, if I'm a bar owner, club owner, and again, maybe I don't know the behind the scenes work of anything. I mean, of what these establishments go through. And again, I'm not talking about anybody specific. I don't want anybody coming for us in the comments or in the chat. But for me, I would want people spending more money at the bar. So $40 to get in, to me, for any venue, lounge, club, restaurant, it's insane.
Yeah, I think anything 20 plus should only be if you have an artist or a special event like New Year's Eve,
that makes sense.
Halloween.
Yeah.
You know, which are the busiest nights, but to each their own, you know. Let's go into a deeper conversation. Something I like to touch about that a lot of people might not care about too much is alcohol on the job. How do you manage that? Drinking while emceeing or hosting a party?
That just comes from maturity for me. Yes, I've had my nights where I went way overboard. But that's also being honest with the DJ and honest with the owner or whoever hired you. Hey, I went up way overboard. It won't happen again. Whatever the case. And some people want you to be in that.
That's the tough part.
Yeah, some club owners, some promoters, they want you to be messed up. But that's never really been me. I've had my moments, but I'm not a big fan of being trashed because again, I'm the third eye of the DJ, so I got to see. But I'm also not the host that's sitting up in the DJ booth the whole time. Like if I'm hosting, I hate that I have a corded mic. I want to be able to walk around and interact with people.
It's tight.
So I can come back up to the DJ booth. Hey, this is what we're working with tonight.
That's cool.
This is what we're moving with tonight.
Good.
and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna have a drink, but I'm not gonna get fucked up.
So on slow nights, when the energy isn't there, how do you manage?
You stay the same. That's when you really got to be a part of the crowd that much more. You can't hide in the DJ booth just because it's 150 when you used to 300.
That's one thing I experienced too. Like, well, before, obviously, like you said, I got older and learned from my mistakes. But on those slower nights was when I was drinking. I was like, I need to catch a vibe.
Yeah.
Give me a drink, and it could go left real quick.
Real quick. But sometimes those slower nights be the fun nights because that's all you really need. And I got to the point after doing it for so long, and I think this is where you're getting at, is you just need a crowd. I just want to rock a crowd. If I got 150 people, okay, this is my homework. I want to see how I can move them and how I can keep them.
It becomes a challenge.
Yeah, it becomes a challenge to me. And I love a good challenge. And I think for a DJ and a host, I much rather a smaller crowd because now I got a challenge and now I want to see how I can keep them here. Because you got 150 people here, people are already in the mind, okay, are we leaving or are we staying?
Yeah.
So how we gonna keep them here? And if they having a good time with just us, I think we win in the end. So I'm cool with a small crowd. Yeah, you want the big crowd and everything else, but I think with that 150 that you have, they most definitely gonna return. Man, I had a good time. DJ was rocking. The host was
better
cool.
one-on-one interaction.
Better one-on-one interaction. And I think between hosts and DJs, we forget that sometimes.
Yeah,
we don't love up on our crowd as much as we should.
Or we get bigger and then think, oh, I don't want to rock 400 people. I want my 500. But then
you need that crowd.
You got to humble yourself.
Yeah, you need that crowd sometimes to humble you. Like, oh, okay. But again, that's a perfect time to do homework. What song work with this crowd?
Yeah.
Or again, how can I keep them here? As far as a host, what wording that I'm putting over the microphone, will this work? Am I talking too much? How can we get in and out of songs together? And you also have to build a chemistry with the DJ, because if I'm going to talk, how are we getting in and out of this song? What song are you playing next? Or what are we going? Are we about to tell a story? Are we going down memory lane? Okay, cool. Let me wrap my brain around that. Let me wrap my brain around talking to the women. Are we about to do something for the fellas? Okay, let me wrap my brain around. So it's a chemistry thing, just not with the DJ and the host, but it's also with the crowd as well. So
yeah, that's something that you do a very good job at. Honestly,
I appreciate it.
Your timing has always been really good on the mic.
Yeah, appreciate it. And I'm very honest with, hey man, I ain't got nothing. So just go to the next. I ain't got it. I ain't about to make up nothing. I ain't got nothing. But I got you on the next one now.
Yeah. Do you think people confuse drinking with having a good time on the job?
Yes and no. I think some people actually need it to get the job done. And what I mean by that is some people, I don't think they feel like they're worthy if they're not at that level. Like for me, I don't have to be under the influence to have a good time. But some people have to be under the influence to have a good time. And which sucks because I don't think you need to be drunk or on the edge of being drunk. Because how do you DJ?
Yeah.
or host anything?
It's funny though, there's some DJs that DJ even better when they're drunk.
That's what I'm saying. But it's crazy. But if they're not drunk, are they still the same?
Yeah, the other way around. Yeah,
are they still the same?
Yeah.
So that's what again, that's hard for me because I don't necessarily have to be drunk, but I have seen DJs and hosts that like, man, I need about 4 shots. Round them up. Before.
What about party goers? How do you feel about it?
Being drunk or needing
the alcohol to have a good time.
Party goers are different because that's what they're there for. And whatever wound you up to have a good time, go for it. Whatever is going to help you have a good time, go for it. Now, I don't recommend anybody being out here plastered and sleeping on the sidewalk and your friends leaving you. I think that's some total BS.
Yeah,
you might want to check your friends, but but that's what they come to do. Have a couple drinks, dance,
it's okay
sing
for
out loud.
Party goers.
Yeah, and whatnot. But if you're working, have some type of professionalism.
Balance yourself.
Yeah, balance yourself. Or you feel yourself getting there like, all right, let me chill. Because I've had some nights like, okay. And you know, it's hard for us because people want to, hey man, you want a shot? You want a drink? You want to,
They pass the bottle nowadays. It's not
That's
even
what I'm
just you
saying.
want a shot.
Yeah,
Hey, here's the bottle.
Here's the bottle. Like, no, hey.
I had people buy me my own bottle.
Yeah, that's what I'm
the
saying.
club.
It's wild. It's
crazy.
wild. And that used to happen to me at Bricks. And mind you, I used to do, when I was at Bricks, I was doing the morning show. So I was off work by like noon, 2:00. So I was hitting happy hour by 3 until, and I had to be at Bricks at 10. So I had been drinking. And so I had to tell people, guys, I've been drinking since 3. I am good.
Yeah.
No, take this shot. And as a host, as a DJ, you don't want to keep saying no because you don't want
The
to keep.
CEOs are boring.
Yeah, you
DJ,
born,
host.
you don't rock with us, you don't.
Yeah.
So it's very hard for us because
tough.
it's basically thrown at you.
And that's back to what you were saying. You told them like you already been drinking, you're good, and they didn't care. That happened. Something like happened to me before. I was DJing at the club. I was sick. I had bronchitis. I had just recovered. I'm wearing a mask. This is not during the pandemic. I didn't have COVID.
Yeah.
This is like literally a year and a half ago. I'm wearing a mask at the club. I had bronchitis. I'm on pills. So what I did was at the DJ booth, I literally put my pills right there, my medicine, so people could see. I'm wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I'm feeling sick.
Yeah.
And at that venue, there was a VIP on my left, VIP on my right next to me. One of them is like, you want a shot? I'm like, nah, I'm okay. I'm sick. They're like, you need tequila. It'll help you.
That's always, you need tequila.
It'll help you feel better. I'm like, no, I'm okay.
I'm good.
30 minutes later, the VIP next on the other side, they gave me the bottle. I'm like, bro, I'm sick.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to tell you? Like, you want me to,
You want me to die?
You want me to show you a picture from the hospital? Like, what do you? It's crazy how, and it's not a bad thing because I get it. People, want you to catch a vibe or they want to share their drinks with you or, whatever reason, they're trying to keep it cool with the DJ.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, but there's a time and place. And,
Yeah.
and I think party goers need to understand that when someone, not just the DJ, the bottle girl, the hostess, the MC, bartender, if they say no,
It's no.
it's okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Like there's another day, there's a next weekend. It's okay. You don't need to keep trying, There's a reason behind it.
Yeah.
Especially trying to avoid drinking and driving and whatnot. Like understand if a no is a no. It's fine.
And remember, we do this week in and week out. This is your first time out in 3 months.
Yeah.
So we're not going as hard as you. I understand why you're going hard, but I'm here every weekend. I'm not going to, and I've had people offer me drugs. I've never done drugs a day in my life.
Me neither.
Yeah, like
Nothing against people that do. Everybody,
yeah.
so it's their own,
Again, whatever gets you going, more power to
Yeah.
you. But bro, I'm not doing that. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
On top of drinking, you on a whole different level.
So here in the mix, we like to connect fashion and nightlife.
Okay.
Fit check after dark. What's
boy.
your go-to fit when you go to the club?
Chic, comfortable. Chic and comfortable. The shoes is a must. If the tires ain't right, the rest of the car ain't right. So I always get dressed by the shoes. If it don't go with the shoes, we can't step out. If the shoes ain't clean, I again, when I first moved out here, I used to see so many dirty Chucks. It used to drive me crazy. It used to drive, like me and Gomez got in a whole discussion about he used to wear these Chucks, man. I'm like, bro, you have got to go get you another pair. No, man, this is how we do it. Like no, it used to drive me nuts. Dirty shoes drive me crazy. So I most definitely start with the shoes, and we work our way up, man. I've always had a fashion sense. I'm not gonna say I'm deep into it, but I'm not stepping out looking crazy. And I think a lot of people should do that, man. Like put some effort in when you step out. But I'm most definitely chic, comfortable, and probably what's in style at the time. What's in style?
Do you think style changes how people treat you in the club?
How they treat you. Yeah, because you get an extra look or two, for sure. You most definitely get an extra, or I always get, you're not from here, are you?
No.
Yeah. That's a me.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if because of how I dress, how my energy or what the case is, but I always get, you're not from here, are you? And I was, well, you would be correct, but I guess to answer that question, yeah, for sure.
You always get that. They can tell right away.
Yeah, tell right away. But we always had, both of us already had a nice little swag to us. So
How about from party goers? I mean, for party goers from the staff, do you think it changes their perspective? How they're looking at, let's say somebody walks in the club, how the bottle girls looking at them, depending on their style, do they care or not?
I think the guys care. The girls, I think that they go out expecting to see a bottle girl in half swimsuit or something tight, something revealing. And I can't necessarily, in today's society, say guys care. I don't think people really pay attention, like care that much anymore. Now, granted, because you know that you don't step out and see the baddest of the baddest working as a bottle girl. So I don't really think, for me, I don't really pay much attention to it. Yeah, she cute. Yeah. Yeah, to answer your question, I don't really think people make.
Do MCs judge the crowd's outfits?
Oh, I do. I do, for sure. I'm driving people in my head. But I'm a people watcher. I love watching people. I love being around people. I'm extroverted. But if you got on a bad outfit in my head, and if I'm on the mic and I'm feeling that tonight, I might talk about you in a respectful way, in a fun way. But what you got going on here?
They're going back home to change after that.
Yeah, what you got going on? What? And where are your friends? When I don't really get on the person with the outfit. I get on their friends, because why you let your friends step out like this?
That's funny.
So I'm more driving the friend than I am the actual person wearing the outfit.
What or how is club fashion right now, as far as like compared to 2016, for example? How has it changed?
Trash. I don't think people give no effort in dressing up or stepping out anymore. And that's from the guys to the females. I don't think, yeah.
Why is that? Or what do you think?
Because I don't think they're forced to like we used to back in the day.
Dress code?
Yeah, everything was a dress code back in the day. Now it's just, as the Bible would say, come as you are.
Some places have a dress
Some
code
places.
still, but
And let's be clear, not all places, but in majority of most places, just come on in and have a good time. And nobody's giving, and the new generation don't like dressing up. Like everything is sweatpants and a hoodie. So them having to dress up is just simple colors, black. Keep it simple. So that's my standpoint when it comes
as
to
an MC, what catches your attention first when a woman walks into the club?
her feet.
Interesting.
Her feet. And then if I keep an eye, personality. Are you acting mad bougie? Do you think you're better than everybody? Do you feel entitled? Do you got a good energy about you? But most definitely, if it's fashion-wise, feet for sure. What your bottom from the bottom up?
Oh, you're looking.
Yeah, I'm looking. Feet, or if you got a good mouth. Good mouth. I love a good set of lips.
Do you think confidence or outfit matters more in nightlife?
I'm going to say outfit. And the reason I say outfit, because that's what will attract you to that person to learn the confidence. So I'm going to say outfit on this one.
That helps the first impression.
Yeah, first impression is everything. This is why I start with the shoes. I always hear my female friends say that they look at shoes first too, though.
Yeah.
When it comes to guys.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I asked it before, like when it comes to guys, and that's a whole totally different conversation. Because I don't think women acknowledge, maybe just here in California, acknowledge men at all in the club or give any type of vibe to like come holler at me. But that's a totally different conversation. But when I ask my female friends, like, what y'all look at what's the first thing y'all look at when it comes to guys? Is either their shoes or their teeth.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, okay. Didn't expect that.
It's different. It's good though.
Yeah. I didn't expect that at all.
Didn't expect that at all.
I didn't expect that.
When it comes to DJs, I mean, as far as me too, like I'm looking at the crowd, but I'm not looking at the crowd. I'm looking at the faces. I could look at someone or a group of people in front of me while I'm DJing for 4 hours. You ask me an hour later, what did they wear or anybody?
Couldn't tell them.
I have no idea.
So that's how I remember people, by what they wear.
By what they wear.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, that's completely different. Me is like, because I'm looking for crowd reaction, I'm looking at their face and their hands.
Hands.
Because, put your hands up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Even at that, hip hop too, there's some type of movement with your hands, the way they dance and whatnot. I think the way people dance also tells you if they're having a good time or not, because some people dance just because.
Yeah.
They might not like the song, but they're like, okay, I need to buy it because everyone else is dancing, or they're with someone or a group of friends who are dancing. I need to dance. But they might be wanting to go home.
Yeah.
But there's ways to see if they're really having a good time, at least for me as a DJ.
I would have never thought that.
Yeah, and those are little details that I pay attention to.
The hands.
I catch myself sometimes. I'm just like,
So you say face and hands.
yeah.
Okay. I've never heard anybody say hands, but that makes sense though.
Yeah.
Especially coming from a DJ.
Yeah.
Man, that's funny. That is funny. That's good.
So, based on our experience, why do you think so many people burn out of nightlife?
Burn out of nightlife. Well, for some people, they did it too long. I know that was my reasoning. I got out of it because, one, I didn't want to be 40 years old in the club every night. And yes, I'm 40. I know I don't look it, but yes, I'm 40. But
You're like 21, bro.
Thank
I
you.
know what you're talking about.
Thank you, guys. Wow. For me, let me talk me personally. I didn't want to be 40 in the club every night trying to be relatable, still trying to hit on, be that person. For other people, and I'm just taking a guess here, same reason. You get older, I always tell people I need one ratchet moment a quarter where I can stand on the couch or a VIP and just turn that shit on and just let me go. And I only need an hour.
That's it.
That's it.
You're done.
I don't need an hour. And just let me go. Let me do what I do. But I don't think people get burned out. I just think you get older and it's just like, it's not that, you just want that moment with your friends and then, okay, I did it.
Sounds good. How do you stay connected without being outside every weekend?
With my DJ friends, YouTube, the younger promotion staff at work. I ask them questions. I stay connected with them. And as you know, I step out every so often.
Yeah.
I step out, see the scene, see what's
Do you
going
see a
on.
big difference every time you step out, or it's always the same?
It's always the same to me. I never expect much when I step out. When I do step out, it's really to support you all, like a lot of DJs that I'm close with and whatnot. Stop by, say what up, support, show love, but also, see what's going on. I think as a radio personality, you in your city, you have to be out every so often and connect or see what's going on in the city because you don't want to be oblivious. So that's really my reason when I step out. But the main reason is really supporting and whatnot. But I don't really see a difference. Because again, the crowd is different these days. They're not like we were when we coming up where it was just really about partying.
Yeah.
We talked about it earlier. We don't need to, rebuttal back to it, but
Big difference. What advice would you give someone stepping into nightlife now?
humble. Stay humble. And I can answer this so many different ways, but I've seen so many people lose friends, lose relationships, lose money, not remaining humble and burning bridges. And it still happens today. I'm glad you asked this. When I first moved here, it was mind-boggling to me how many DJs were going at each other's heads. Like nobody liked each other. There was a lot of backstabbing, and I'm like, and again, somebody new coming in, I'm like, nah, bro, we can't move like that. Like, even and there's instances now where promoters and whatnot are still going at each other now. I'm like, but why? It's so much room here to make money and share, and at some point we gonna have to connect. We gonna have to work together, whether it's at a wedding, whether it's at a venue. So most definitely, if you're coming up in this thing, man, stay humble. Don't burn bridges. If you don't like the way a venue is moving or working you, just go to them respectfully. Hey, man, this relationship is not working right now. Maybe we can work together down the road.
Yeah.
I don't want to burn bridges, but I do want to move on from this spot. And because again, I can't say it enough. Some people just get beside themselves and get too big for themselves and then want to start overcharging. That could be a whole nother conversation. Know your market. You can't charge what you're going to charge down in LA because some of these places not making the same as LA. So just because you charge, and I'm not saying don't know your worth. I'm not saying that at all because some of these places do try and undermine your worth. But understand where they're coming from and understand, like, try and meet a happy medium. But to answer the question, because I don't want to go on the whole, stay humble, man. Please.
Yeah. I always told myself, be nice to everyone because you never know how they might come back in your life later.
Yep.
And that applies into the nightlife so much.
Yep.
I had people I met in high school that somehow became a club owner or a bartender or even DJ, you know, and I'm glad I kept it cool because, you know, now we got to work together.
Because everybody going to get married at some point.
Yeah.
They're going to ask you to do their reception.
Yeah.
Somebody going to own some land and throw a big ass party. They're going to want you to DJ.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's why I rock with everybody, man. Even if we don't, again, work out with one event, okay, this ain't going to work out, but let's work on something that might work out for both of us later.
So when it comes to nightlife, overall, what still motivates you today?
The challenge of it. When I do step out or when I do hop on the microphone, because for me, the gap between when I do hop on the microphone from the last time I hopped on the microphone is a true challenge because there's new music out. Again, that's the most important thing. If I don't know the music, I'm not hopping on the microphone. If I do hop on the microphone and the DJ switches, okay, here you go. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I don't want to sit here and be lying to the crowd. But the challenge of it, I love the challenge. I love to test myself. And I love to see, I like seeing the change of the crowd throughout the night. Where it starts at this, and most of them, like some people look like they're not having fun, and an hour or so later, they're a whole totally different person. And you know it comes from not just me, but the teamwork of you and the DJ.
Yeah.
And so that's what I really appreciate, the challenge of stepping out on the nightlife when I do get back out. So it's a lot of fun for me.
So Snacks, tell us a little bit about yourself right now, your projects. Are you rocking any parties? Radio? How's everything going?
Again, radio. I'm on Hits 93.1 7 days a week. I know that's crazy. During the week, noon to 6. It's a very long show. But we do it. We rock it. So if you want to tune into the radio while you're at work, noon to 6, Hits 93.1, hits931fm.com. I'm not on social media like that until it's time to post something like this or but at the Snack Show, everything's spelled out. At the Snack Show. I do host a R&B party called Sunday's Best R&B Brunch at Aura Lounge. Shout out to all my folks at Aura with DJ Ace. That's every first Sunday of the month. From noon until 6, we feed you good. Of course, we run down all the R&B hits.
I'm there.
Yeah, come on, stop through, man.
Yeah, I heard we feed you good. I'm there.
Yeah, we feed you. Yeah, we feed you good.
That's all I needed.
Yeah, we fill up the tank and we just have a good time. You can follow Sunday's Best at Sunday's Best _R&B. And then that's all I'm really doing right now, man. Because once the basketball season hits, which I'm in the thick of right now, like I said, I'm on the road 3 to 4 nights a week. So when I can step out, I step out, hang out with the fellas, the guys. And if they allow me to rock the microphone, I hop on for a second and get off. So
yes, sir. Snacks, you have killed it as a host, as an MC, and holding it out on the radio for years. Real professional and someone I truly respect.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming through.
And before we get out there, let me give you your flowers, man. I'm proud of you. I am super proud. Again, we've been rocking with since 2015, 2016, and your growth, your your leadership, how you've, because it was a moment where I knew you was down on yourself, but how you're really starting to navigate through your passion, and not just your passion, your purpose, which is even better, which is even bigger. This is your purpose, and I think you're starting to see that.
Yeah.
Salute to you. Keep going. Don't give up. Again, stay humble. Keep rocking. And I like this, what you're doing. You most definitely making a platform for everybody else. So, man, this is my flowers to you. You know I love you.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Love you too,
Keep
brother.
rocking out, man. And whenever you need me, holler at me, dog.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yes,
This
sir.
was In the Mix, and you're already in it.